Hi, everybody, and welcome to this week's live Ask Me Anything series with Ledger. I'm Tim, and I'm going to be leading this today. I've got my mic up here. Let me know if the sound is good, actually just let me know if it's not good, and I'll make some adjustments. And I think the video quality looks like it's pretty good. Looks like we got people in the chat, so yeah, let's just go ahead and kick this right off. Let's see what we got. All right. A lot of people saying hi. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Let's see. Looks like we don't have any questions yet. So if you do have any burning questions or anything you want to know about, go ahead, drop them right in the chat, and I will address them as they come in. However, I have some unfinished business from a previous live stream. Thank you, Joe. Thanks for confirming that. From a previous live stream I did where I was going to stake some Matic, and that, of course, that just never happened. Running into technical difficulties, but the issue, it's actually it's not embarrassing. Like, anyone can make this mistake, but it's definitely a rookie mistake. I just needed the right Nano app installed on my Nano, and I just totally overlooked it. Maybe just heat of the moment, not sure. Totally overlooked that. So I can go ahead and show you guys how to stake Matic through the new Stater app in the Discover tab. I'll do that right now. And then if you have any questions, just go ahead and drop them in, and I'll hit those as soon as I get done with this. All right, we'll switch to this view here. Get Ledger Live going. Go ahead and plug in my Nano real quick. I'm going to enter my PIN. Okay. Go ahead and put that down right there. I'm intentionally not going to open the app because I want to see what happens, see how the flow goes with just doing it with just my Nano plugged in. So we're going to go to Stater Polygon. We're going to continue. Okay, looks like it's detecting the Matic that I have. So as a refresher, let me just back up real quick. As a refresher, to stake Matic, you actually have to have Matic on the Ethereum network. You see, I do have a little bit of Matic right here in this Polygon account. But you can't actually stake straight from the Polygon network. You actually have to stake your Matic from the Ethereum network. So you see I got these 23.49 Matic tokens. I'm going to go ahead and just stake all of them. So let's go back to where we were at in the Stater Polygon app. Okay. So we're going to go to, we'll just do 23. See what happens when we hit approve staking. So we're going to get, oh, I kind of bypassed that, but so we're staking 23, and it said there before this pop-up came that we will be receiving 21 point something Matic in return. We're actually going to be receiving, I'm going to show you here in a minute what we are going to be receiving. It's not actual Matic, it's going to be Matic X, which is a token that it's a liquid staking token for staking through Stater, and I'll explain more what that means here in a minute. Okay, yeah, sorry, yeah, I'm just looking at the chat. Looks like we do have a question coming in about the BTC gift card, and I'll be definitely happy to answer that here in just a second. Let's finish this staking transaction here real quick. So right now it's checking app dependencies. I'm going to allow a secure connection with Ledger so it can check to make sure I have the right app installed. Okay, yep, I already do have it installed, so now it wants me to open it. Going to be the Stater Labs app. We'll go ahead and open that. Okay, let's review this transaction. We're going to approve. See that? This is going to be a token approval right here. We've talked about this in previous live streams that I've done with you guys, giving token approvals for a smart contract to access certain assets within your wallet. That's what I'm signing right here. So we're going to give this contract address the ability to access the Matic tokens in this wallet. We're going to accept and send. All right, cool. So it looks like that went through. Transaction successful. It may be a minute or two before this actually reflects in our wallet. So I'm going to go ahead and just go back to the main shot here so I can start answering the questions that are now rolling in. And we'll check that in a minute to see how it all went. But if all goes well, we should have basically swapped out. What we did right there was we sent our 23 Matic tokens to the Stater staking platform. And in return, they're going to give us Matic X tokens, which are going to show up in our wallet like any other token. Different than Matic, though. It's going to be the liquid staking token for the Stater protocol. And so liquid staking is a little weird. I'll get more into that after we verify and we see the token in the wallet. But liquid staking works a little bit different than normal staking that some of you might be used to if you haven't already researched liquid staking. And I'll be completely honest, it's a bit of a confusing topic, even for me, but I will do my best to explain it when the time comes. But yeah, let's get right into some questions too, while we're waiting for that to go through. Okay, so Bevu, sorry if I mispronounced that. You said you ordered Ledger 2 days ago, but never got the $20 in BTC as promised. Okay. Yeah, so basically, if you ordered it 2 days ago, then that would have been within. I believe the Safe Journey offer ended yesterday. So if it was 2 days ago, you should be good. And as long as you saw in your checkout, the way we're doing it is we actually give you a gift card that you will receive with your device when it comes in the mail, and it'll just be like a gift card with a scratcher, and you can scratch off the code. And then here, let me show you. And to redeem it, you're going to need to go to here. You're going to need to go to the Discover tab. You're going to have to go to it's the first one, top left, the Refer a Friend DApp. And then right here, you can create your account. You see, I've definitely been lagging on this and been meaning to do this. I should definitely get this set up. So basically what you can do is that you'll create your account. You will have to have an Ethereum address to link to this account. But once you get all this set up, then there'll be an option in here to redeem gift cards. So the gift card you got will come with a code that you can then put in there. And then there is I believe it's a 30-day wait, which, you know, some users weren't too happy about, but you still get the Bitcoin. But basically you'll put in the code, and then it takes a little bit for it to clear through our system. And then once the Bitcoin becomes available, there'll be like a countdown and a timer that says like the date exact that you can claim your Bitcoin. It'll be, I believe it's 30 days from the day that you submit the gift card. So yeah, so if you have any more questions about that, obviously I wish I could show you more. I really should have set that up. But either way, reach out to us at support.ledger.com, and we have like specialists that are like really good at looking at this and getting it. So if you have any issues claiming your BTC when you get your device, just reach out to us. We'll help you out with that. Let's see. Okay, so Joe Pina, you're saying you tried to buy Ledger Nano X with PayPal debit and you got refunded. I'm from USA. Why did this happen? That's a good question. I don't know if I can really answer that definitively here because PayPal is an option, and I do know that it does work for some users, but something might have happened on our end. I can't be certain without actually looking into your order. But there could have been some issue on our end that maybe we couldn't process it for some reason and a refund was issued. Honestly, I'm really happy to hear that you did get a refund. This would be a more difficult conversation if like your money was still tied up, but at least you got a refund. I would say if you want more information about maybe why that happened, again, probably reach out to us at support.ledger.com, open up a support ticket, and we'll be able to get into your account and maybe actually see what happened. Like there may be like a flag or something that was thrown that caused the order to get canceled. One thing right off the bat that perhaps I was just talking about the Safe Journey offer that we had that we've been offering, where we give people the gift cards with Bitcoin. There was a very minor and incident that I don't even want to call it an incident. It's just like a little glitch that was happening where people that were, if you add like a nano to your cart, it will add the gift card. But then if you were to remove a nano, then it would keep the gift card in there. And so like it was basically people were, you know, shopping around trying to decide what they wanted and then ending up with like a whole bunch of the gift cards in their account, in their wallet, in their shopping cart. and then at checkout it was failing because there is a maximum number. The maximum was 5 gift cards that you can have. So just right off the bat, that could have been the issue if there was like weird no explanation. So I would say as long as you got refunded, try again and see if the payment goes through. See if you're able to make it work. If it doesn't work a second time, definitely reach out to us because there could be something else going on. We may or may not be able to like see what it is, but we'll be able to tell you definitively if it is an issue in our system or if it's an issue somewhere else. So yeah, reach out to us. We'll do our best. Okay. The Earthly Trod. Here we go. The Earthly Trod is asking, I'm trying to store HBAR on my ledger, but it's not working. Yeah, HBAR is tricky, even for me, even for us. HBAR is super tricky. Okay, so let me go ahead and I'm gonna pull up the support article real quick. We do have a really good support article that shows you how. So basically, before I start showing you things, let me just like talk about HBAR for a minute. So HBAR is, like I said, it's a really tricky crypto. It actually uses hash graph technology to derive account addresses. That's why, like, if you have an HBAR account already, you'll notice it's not like 0x like a normal like ETH address would start with, the hex address. It actually starts with like, it's like 0.0.1 blah blah blah, whatever your public key is for your HBAR account. And this is different than how normal accounts are derived from a seed phrase, like in Ledger Live, like following the standard BIP39 protocol. And so Ledger Live doesn't have the capability of creating accounts in this way, which is a requirement for HBAR, for Hedera. And this is like a very simplified explanation. It's a lot more complex, I'm sure, than this. But my level of understanding, this is how I understand it. So since Ledger Live is not able to create HBAR accounts in this way, only specific wallet softwares are able to do that, to create the initial account on the Hedera blockchain. One of them is Hashpack. That's the one that we typically recommend people to use. It works pretty well, with a caveat. I'm going to get to that in a second. But basically, the process will be you'll have to actually create your HBAR account through through Hashpack, linking it with your ledger. There's a whole process for that. And then after you create your account through Hashpack, then you can retroactively go back to Ledger Live and add your HBAR account, no problem, into Ledger Live because it's already been created. It's already now created. It's a valid address, activated through Hashpack. Now it can be added to Ledger Live. And you would actually just add your HBAR account the same way you would normally, except once created on Hashpack, you'll no longer get that error message that if you tried to add it to Ledger Live beforehand, you probably got that error message. So now that I gave that little spiel, let me switch here to the big monitor. Let's go to create HBAR account Hashpack Ledger. Throw a bunch of keywords at Google. All right. Creating a Ledger Hedera account with Hashpack. That's the exact article we want. My colleague just last month recently rewrote this article, and he did a wonderful job. He even included what's it called, videos right here to show you. However, there's one thing. Actually, I should probably make a note. I don't think it's actually in here. It does show it, like, let's see. Make sure. Yeah, okay, yeah. So look at step 2 right here. It says go to the Hashpack website and select launch web app. So when you go to the Hashpack website, you would go, you have these 2 options. You have install on Chrome or launch the web app. So if you install the Chrome extension, which would be an extension up here, like any of these other extensions, for whatever reason, it just does not work. I don't know why. For whatever reason, the Chrome extension just is not working well with Ledger. The Hashpack team is aware of this apparently, and they are working on it from what I've been told. However, the launch web app feature. So basically, you can not install the Chrome extension, and if you do have the Chrome extension installed, go ahead and uninstall it to get out of the way, so you don't have any like conflicts between the 2 apps. But then you can just go here and launch the web app, and basically just access it like this, and then you can go through and follow these steps right here to create your wallet through the web app. So that is something that's not ultra clear in this article or in general. So yeah, so I would say go through this article, do your best to do your best to go through this. It's kind of a process, but it's not that crazy of a process. It's really just kind of making sure you don't miss anything. But the steps are laid out pretty good here. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop this in the comments for you. Create HBAR account through Hashpack. Okay. So yeah, so give that a try. Launch the web app, try to connect that way, and yeah, let us know how it goes. If you do continue to run into issues, honestly, like whenever you're connecting your Nano to any dApp, any third-party software extension, it's a lot of times it's very smooth and very seamless, but this is, you know, fairly new-ish technology that's still kind of being developed. So you know, sometimes it's just a trial and error process. Like sometimes it helps to just like if you're getting a weird error message, sometimes it helps just to like close everything, break the connection of your ledger with your computer, maybe even restart your computer, just start fresh and go from the beginning. And honestly, that helps so many times. So yeah, so that is HBAR. Let me move on to the next question here. I hope that was helpful. Hope so, but let me know if it's not. Okay. So Henk Vink is asking, it now says pop-up to install a FIDO app on my Ledger and NOS Plus. Can that be so? Because I can't do anything now before I've done that. Oh, that's weird. So if you're still here, maybe you can drop it in the comments, but where is it popping up for you to install the FIDO app? Is that popping up on your computer, like when you plug in your ledger, or is that like what are you doing to get that? What are you doing when that pop-up message appears? Are you trying to use two-factor authentication through your the FIDO app in your Nano? And maybe it wants you to install that. I'm not sure. Give me a little bit more information, and I'm happy to dig into that for you. Okay, I think that Bivu, I think I answered you. So, but if not, let me know. Let's see. Okay, so HexS exclamation point is asking or is stating, I tried the videos available probably 10 times and Ledger never saw my MetaMask wallet addresses. I end up resetting my ledger and restoring from seed phrase. From MetaMask seed phrase. Interesting. Okay, so I guess my question is going to be for you, HexS. What were you trying to migrate? Were you initially trying to migrate funds that you had in your MetaMask wallet onto your ledger, or were you just trying to import your Ledger Live ETH account into MetaMask? The reason I asked that question is because if you were just trying to import your existing Ledger Live ETH account that you have in Ledger Live into MetaMask, then you have to go through the steps to connect hardware wallet to import that in. And so if that's the case, then importing your MetaMask seed phrase into your ledger will actually replace the seed phrase that's stored in your ledger. And so now you will not be able to access any accounts that you have in Ledger Live because they were derived from a different recovery. You just changed the recovery phrase. You changed the entire formula of your wallet. However, if you did not already have accounts in Ledger Live and maybe you had all your funds in MetaMask and you were hoping to get those onto your cold storage device to secure them, then I hate to break it to you, but importing your MetaMask seed phrase into your ledger does not add any additional security to your accounts. You've essentially basically just migrated your MetaMask hot wallet. I mean, you're just storing the seed phrase in your ledger. The reason, let me show you kind of more what I'm talking about. So let's go to open this. Let's close these right here. Okay, so with MetaMask, let me open up MetaMask here real quick. And this is actually true of any hot wallet that you have, any wallet that you set up in your browser that has its own recovery phrase when you set it up, like on the computer, like MetaMask or Phantom or Kepler or any of them. The Binance wallet, they all will generate not all of them, but most of them will initially generate the 12-word recovery phrase. So if I go here to the Identicon, FYI, this is actually called the Identicon. I actually just learned that not that long ago. You click on the Identicon, you go to Settings, and then you go to Security and Privacy. Right now, I can reveal my secret recovery phrase. So make sure nobody's looking. I can type in my password, whatever. Yep, hold this. And this right here is my 12-word recovery phrase for my MetaMask hot wallet on this computer, which I have labeled hot wallet, do not use. I never send any funds to a hot wallet, never need to. So the issue with taking that recovery phrase and putting it into your ledger is that recovery phrase is still saved in your browser data. So that means that it's not really protected. Your ledger is not protecting that seed phrase from anything. It's just storing a copy of that seed phrase in itself. However, that seed phrase is still accessible to anybody outside or anybody that may have the means to hack your browser and take your recovery phrase. Because remember, on a hot wallet, your recovery phrase is stored right in your browser data. It's not really that hidden. I just showed you that's very easy to access. So that would be kind of where I would start on your question, but more information would be great. Let's see. Oh, actually, you know what? I can go through. Let's do that, actually. Let me make sure we're on the ETH app here. There we go, Ethereum app. I'll just go through the process of connecting Harbor Wallet. So basically, the first thing you want to do is you can have Ledger Live open, but if you are on the My Ledger tab down here, when you're on the My Ledger tab, note that it'll ask me to, actually, it may not because I already established secure connection in the Stater app. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, okay. So right now that actually may have caused an issue because I am securely connected on my Nano right now to Ledger Live. There could be conflicts connecting to any other wallet. Remember that your Nano can only support one secure connection at a time. So if you're ever having trouble connecting to MetaMask, you're getting weird error messages or something, it could be the case that something else is open that is hogging that priority, that's overriding MetaMask and taking that connection, and so blocking other applications from. We see it all the time. There's certain browser extensions, wallets that will just supersede others. Like I used to have, in fact, I really love the Rabby wallet. It's a great wallet to manage your Ethereum assets. It's great, but it kind of like takes over, and like causes issues I notice with connecting to other wallets like Solana wallets or whatever other wallet I'm trying to connect to. So yeah, so keep that in mind. But let's go back and finish the process just so I can run you through it, just in case there's something you're not that you overlooked or something. So first things first, before you initiate anything with MetaMask, I definitely recommend making sure your Nano is connected, unlocked, and with the Ethereum app open. That is that can help a lot. If you try to like open the Ethereum app partway through or connect your Nano like while you've already initiated the process, then that can often cause connection issues. So ETH app open, connected. We'll do connect Harbor Wallet. We'll select Ledger. We'll do continue. It detects my Nano S Plus right there. So we're going to highlight that and click connect. And then we can wait a few minutes. You see it's already got this account in there, so it's grayed out. But then it's got my other accounts that I can add as well, which are all empty. I only use the first ETH account on this Nano. So yeah, so I'm not going to add any more accounts. I'm just going to go ahead and cancel it from here. But yeah, hopefully that helped. It's likely that you're having some error message that's like super frustrating. And trust me, I know it can be super frustrating. But to really dig into like what might be causing that, other than just like the quick answers, like the catch-all quick answers, probably reach out to us at support.ledger.com again, so that we can ask you more like personal, like detailed questions, like what browser are you using, what version is it on. Also keep in mind, I don't know if I'm not sure how much information is on it, but we have been seeing slight issues potentially with like the latest version of MetaMask connection issues, but we haven't confirmed anything. So if you are, if you're an experienced user and like you're like, nah, this is not normal, like I should be able to connect, reach out to us, and it may be related to that, and we'll let you know. All right. Oh, sorry about that, Positive Vibes. I did totally miss your question. Okay. All right. So Positive Vibes is saying, how do I pay an ETH to swap Ocean to a different crypto because my Ocean doesn't show the monetary value, just the tokens? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's take a look real quick. Let's go to the big monitor. Let's go to CoinGecko. We'll look up Ocean, so I can get an idea of this token. So it's probably this one, Ocean Protocol. Tell me if it's not. And then it looks like we have rank 215, relatively small cap. It is a Ethereum token contract, so this is built on Ethereum. So it should be good in Ledger Live, but what I suspect based on your question is that it's only partially supported, meaning that Ledger Live doesn't recognize the dollar value of the token, but it still recognizes that it's in your wallet. So let's go ahead and paste in that contract address and take, no, it looks like Ocean, this contract address, which is, these ones are marked old, so this must be the newest one, and straight from CoinGecko. It's showing that it's fully supported. So my guess on this is that either your Ledger Live is out of date, which could be the case. The latest version as of, I believe, yesterday morning is 2.57.0. So if you're not on version 2.57.0, definitely update that. However, there was recently, it has since been corrected. However, with all synchronization issues that we have in Ledger Live, there's always some customers that have lingering effects. Like for whatever reason, it still affects even after the fix is in place. So you could be having an issue like that with just like your Ledger Live is having trouble detecting your Ocean. But you did say that it can actually see it in your account. It's just not showing the dollar value, which is good news. That means that like at least you can see it. However, to answer your question, if you wanted to swap it, you can use the depending on where you're at. Let me go to the big monitor. Since it is an ERC20 token, if you're looking to swap for another ERC20 token, also keep in mind you will have to have, you said, can I pay in ETH? So I assume you already know this. But any transaction made on the Ethereum network has to be paid in ETH. So make sure you do have some ETH in your account before you try this out. So basically, it looks like it'll, yeah, so basically you have your tokens and your ETH. So you can come here to the Discover tab. And one that I like to use, where are we at, is the Paraswap app right here. So Paraswap is it's a decentral, oh, it's not available in our country anymore. That's right. So I can't actually use this one anymore. Let me try using the, I'm not sure, I'm not sure what country you're in. I believe 1inch is also not available in the US anymore. Let's check it out. Yeah, I believe 1inch is also not available in the US, which is why it's kind of giving me issues. So the short answer is yes, you can definitely swap out your Ocean for any other ERC20 token using a decentralized exchange. You can also use the swap tab, which will route the exchange through the swap through one of our partners, probably Changely. They handle a lot of it, but that is a centralized body, so you may have to create an account to do that. But let me just show you real quick how to connect to Uniswap, because this is a way, if you're having issues in Ledger Live like I am connecting to these DEX aggregators, you can just do it like this. So you can go to open up this. Let's open up a new browser tab. Make sure we are in MetaMask. So if you don't already have MetaMask installed, you'd want to install MetaMask. That's currently, there's other wallets you can use as well, but currently I have MetaMask already set up, so it'll be the easiest way to show you. So let me know if you need help connecting your ledger to MetaMask. I did just go through the steps, but it was pretty quick, so let me know if you want me to show you that again. But once you get your ledger connected to MetaMask, you can go to uniswap.org. You can launch the app, and it's already going to connect because I connect to Uniswap all the time. We are going to we're going to change wallets. Oh, that's right. Do it through MetaMask. Okay. You can just connect wallet up there, and then as soon as it loads, taking kind of a minute. Okay. All right. We'll go to Ocean Protocol. You can click on that, and then whatever token you want. Let's say you want just Chainlink because it's right here. Then you can do that swap right here from Uniswap. I don't have any Ocean, so I can't actually initiate it, but it will charge you in ETH to do that swap. Okay. I hope that helps. Yeah, with regulation, one thing to always keep in mind with Ledger Live is there are all these really cool services that are available in Ledger Live. However, they're pretty much all done through third-party partners. Ledger's main role in Ledger Live is just to give you a nice place to manage your assets. But all the features, the buying, the selling, the swapping, the crypto life card, everything in the Discover tab pretty much is all handled through partners of ours that just basically wanted to help make Ledger Live better place for the users. So as a result, these partners all have to obey the local laws of whatever region the user lives in. So, depending on what country you're in, where you live, what your laws are, will depend on what services are available to you in Ledger Live as a user. So just always remember that. However, like I just showed you with Uniswap, you can always go outside to connect to certain things that are still available. Like Uniswap is perfectly legal to use. And so, yeah, you can just go ahead and connect straight to there. All right. Von Frank is asking, will we receive the Gala V2 airdrop if stored on Ledger? Basically as kind of like a catch-all to basically any blockchain, any airdrop. So Ledger Live, you'll notice that when you generate your receive address in Ledger Live, that's your public wallet address. And so your public wallet address is always, it's public. It's your public wallet address. So it's perfectly safe to share, but that address is receive only. So you would never actually share your private keys, for instance, because that's what you need to send assets. So just because your assets are stored on Ledger does not mean that they can't just receive airdrops. So if you registered your account through the Gala V2 and you're all set up to get the airdrop, nothing's going to stop that from happening. It's going to go straight to your wallet address, whether it's on your Ledger or your MetaMask or on an exchange. Like, it'll get sent to whatever wallet address that you set up for. So you should be good. Now, I don't know for certain if the token itself, I would have to do some research, some digging to make sure that token itself will be supported by Ledger Live. However, even if it's not, like let's say that you get this token and it's not supported by Ledger Live and you don't see it in your account, it does not mean that your token is gone or lost or anything like that. It just means that Ledger Live can't see it. So if that is the case, and there's plenty of other ways to access it. In fact, I can show you one way right now, since someone else was asking about an ERC20 token that they're having trouble seeing. So if you go here to the Discover tab, and you scroll right here, the Zerion app right here. So this is a way to see all of your assets in your basically your DeFi portfolio. So like all of your ERC20 tokens that are inside your accounts out from outside of Ledger Live. So this is going to ping the blockchain to get your information on your account balances and stuff. Even if Ledger Live itself is having issues, Zerion should be able to go around that and see. So if you go to the Zerion app, you'll see that it's going to pick up on all my assets right here. So it's got the tokens. Oh, look, it even has, let's see. Okay, cool. It looks like this still has not gone through yet, probably. All right, yeah, so that's a way to kind of just view your assets. And then and then there's other ways too. You can copy your public wallet address. You can look on Etherscan to make sure. But yeah, so I hope that answers your question. Okay. So then and now is asking, can we see Dag support soon? Let me take a look. Let me take a look. Go to CoinGecko. Oh, Constellation. Totally. Let's see. Okay, yeah, this is its own blockchain, its own layer 1 blockchain. So let's see. I would have to actually ping. I don't know, like off the top of my head. I never even switched that over. Off the top of my head, I don't know for certain if what part of the process it's on, but I can just kind of like blanket share the process of getting a layer 1, a whole new blockchain incorporated into Ledger Live, supported by Ledger Live. So the whole process starts with, so the Constellation team would need to develop a nano app. Actually, I think there is a Constellation app now that I'm like thinking about it. Let's check Ledger Live real quick before I get too deep into this. Although it is interesting information on how like support is handled through Ledger Live. All right. Oh, let me show you what I'm doing real quick. Checking out my Ledger. Okay, so maybe there's not already a Constellation app. I thought maybe there was. I could be confusing it with something else. Yeah. Okay, so it looks like there's not a Constellation app already. Okay, cool. So yeah, so I'll just continue from where I was going then. All right, so basically, the developers of Constellation would need to, so it's all open source. You can go to developers. Here, I'll show you again. It's back and forth, back and forth. All right, let's open up a new tab here. We're going to go to developers. It's right there, .ledger.com. So basically right here, this is kind of to show you the whole process. And this is meant for developers. So if you go to this site and you get lost really quick, don't feel bad. I get lost here too. But basically right here, the embedded app. So this will show the anyone who wants to have their project supported by Ledger Live. You would start by creating an embedded app. And we provide the source code to do that. And then our developers will also provide assistance with any team that wants to do this. And so basically they would have to work together to build this nano app. And then they submit it. Once they're done, they submit it to our developers. And then it's going to have to go through a pretty rigorous security review for obvious reasons. Anything incorporated Ledger Live, it's got to be secure, 100%. No room for error there. So that's why sometimes like you might be like, yeah, Tim, they've already submitted an app. Like I already know all this. And if that's the case, then maybe it's just taking a little bit. Keep in mind that there are a lot of blockchains out there, and there's a lot of really good blockchains that Ledger wants to support in Ledger Live. But our developer team is only so big, and they can only get so much done in any given time frame. And if it has been submitted and it hasn't gone through yet, it's probably just because it's still going through security reviews. However, once it gets the green light, then it will be published to Ledger Live, and then from there, it will be on us to make full support. So like you've probably seen some nano apps in Ledger Live that you can install. That says third-party app required. Like off the top of my head, a popular blockchain that this is VeChain, just off the top of my head. With VeChain, It's not supported natively in Ledger Live, but the community has built a really good nano app for VeChain, and it connects to the Sync2 wallet. So basically, that allows for securing your assets still with cold storage with your Ledger, but not in Ledger Live. And then that would be the final part of the process, is getting full support into Ledger Live. But like I said, there's a long list, and our developers, they work really hard to get support for all these different blockchains. So yeah, so I hope that answers your question, but that's kind of the process and how that works. Let's see. Oh, I see. So Jam and Crone is asking, can you start and use Ledger without your Nano device? So not really. And I may be misinterpreting your question. So let me know if like you in the comments if I totally miss this. So basically, when you set up your Ledger, you can set up your Ledger like without Ledger Live. You can do it completely offline. Like for instance, like I can plug in my Nano S, any Nano S Plus, Nano X, Nano S. I can plug that in directly into a power source to get power to it, and then generate the recovery phrase completely offline. All right, I dropped my little camera here. Okay, I think we're good. All right. And generate the recovery phrase completely offline, and physically like use the device. However, you have to have Ledger Live in order to perform the genuine check on the Ledger, which is a very important step. And that has to be accomplished before you can install a Nano app onto the Nano device. And so it's kind of like a checks and balances system. And it's a big part of the security of these devices. So basically, without Ledger Live, first verifying that this is an authentic device and that it does have authentic firmware that was written by our developers and it has not been tampered with at all. Without doing that check, no crypto accounts can possibly be made from a Nano. So you hear people that are sometimes worried. Sometimes we get a lot of tickets like this, and honestly, it's totally understandable. This is not like widely known information. It's really confusing stuff. I spend all day trying to explain it to people, and it still confuses me sometimes. So basically, people will sometimes receive a Nano with like the packaging is like messed up a little bit, or like and it looks like it potentially could have been tampered with. However, if you download Ledger Live from our official website and you plug it in and it undergoes the genuine check, which is required before you can use the device, then you'll know that it's an authentic device. Because if there's any tampering at all, if someone tries to install some bogus firmware onto the device and try to pass it off and try to trick the user into using it, it wouldn't be possible. You wouldn't even get to that step where you can install a Nano app, create your account, load crypto on it, and then get wrecked. You wouldn't even be able to get to that step. So let me see. Let me make sure that. Sure. Yeah. So basically, the short answer is no. You need Ledger Live and you need your Ledger device. However, once you get Ledger Live and you do the authentication and you install your Nano apps, so what the Nano apps are is the Nano apps give your Ledger the ability to communicate and derive account addresses with the specific blockchain. So like, for instance, let's say you want a Bitcoin, you're a Bitcoin person and you want to create a Bitcoin account. Well, to create a Bitcoin account, it's going to be derived from the recovery phrase stored in your Nano, but you also need to give your Nano the correct software to interact and do that specifically with the Bitcoin blockchain. So you may have heard the term derivation path. So that's one of the things that a Nano app will give your Nano is the correct derivation path to create a Bitcoin account. But once you have the Nano apps installed onto the Nano, and you've gone through the genuine check and everything, you can actually pretty much manage all your crypto from outside of Ledger Live. You don't even technically need Ledger Live. You would only need Ledger Live at that point to install necessary updates. Like if you were to let your Nano go too long without updating it, it may eventually get to the point where it can no longer communicate properly with certain wallets and with your computer because it's just out of date. So you would need Ledger Live at that point to update it. But like, you know, you can install the Bitcoin app, and then if you're an Electrum person, you know, a big Bitcoin person who likes the Electrum wallet and you've been using that for years, you can just connect your Nano straight to Electrum, manage your Bitcoin from there if you wanted to. So I hope that answers your question. I hope I didn't go too into the weeds on that, but it's really interesting stuff. Good question. Okay, so okay, so Brad, so let's see. You're saying same with me. Now I can't connect my ledger to MetaMask. Um, it can't detect your ledger nano, so it's not detecting at all, and there's no error message. That's interesting. Okay, so let's see. Up and positive vibes. Thank you for. I'm kind of like going backwards, working my way up. Sometimes the comments like jump. Um, okay, cool. Let's see. Positive vibes. Yeah, thank you for answering Bivu's question about the gift card. Yeah, it's a 30-day wait before you can claim it. And you should be able to see that in your refer a friend page. But again, like reach out to us and we can verify that for you. We have visibility on that. Yeah, interesting that you can't connect to MetaMask and you're getting no error messages. I guess my question would be which web browser are you using? If you are using Firefox, I believe that Firefox has removed the web HID connection type, which is necessary to connect to a ledger. So if you're using Firefox, it could just be the case that it can no longer detect your ledger, and maybe it's time to switch to Chrome or Brave or try Microsoft Edge. Just another browser that you have that you know, can maybe like help you troubleshoot whether it's the browser you're using or something else. But yeah, but like I said, there were rumors about MetaMask having some downtime, so it could be related to that as well. Yeah, but it's always hard because the main way that we're able to help people with issues like this is when we can recreate the issue. So it's like someone would be like, "Hey, I'm getting this weird error message," and you know I don't work for MetaMask, so like I don't really know what all their error messages mean. So what I would do at that point is try to connect and recreate it and intentionally like do things that I think might throw the error message, and I can be like, okay, that's the error message they're getting. Okay, so that's how they can fix this is by not doing that thing. Um, but yeah, like from what we've seen, it seems to be pretty random and intermittent. So it could be the case that you guys are both experiencing that. But yeah, so I would say probably open a support ticket, and then we're gonna like probably grill you for a lot of information about like your browser, your nano, the type of cable you're using, basically anything that we think might be relevant to help us figure that out, and then we would try to recreate that for you and figure that out. Okay, Jason V is asking, how do you put XDC on Ledger? That's a good question. XDC is pretty tricky. It's not, I would say it's not as tricky as HBAR, but it's still pretty tricky. But I'd be happy to show you how it works. Let me make sure I have the right app. I do. Cool. I've got the XDC app on my Nano. Unfortunately, I don't have any XDC. I should get a small amount because it makes the demonstrations better when I can actually show some. But let's to the big monitor. First thing I'm gonna do, close all these extra browser tabs. All right, let's go to XDC Ledger and just see what pops up. We actually have multiple support articles for XDC. So basically, let me switch back. So there are different situations that you may want to use different types of wallets to secure your XDC. So XDC is actually a good example of one of those blockchains that I was talking about where there is a nano app, but it requires a third party. And that's because Ledger Live itself doesn't have the ability to display XDC. It can't recognize it. That needs to be built into Ledger Live. It's part of a long list of blockchains that this needs to happen for. So with XDC though, you can still secure your XDC using a third-party wallet. It's still totally cold storage and totally secure. It's just going to require you to go through a few extra steps, which after you do it a couple times, it's not that bad. You'll definitely get the hang of it. So we want to go to, which one is this? Find the right support article for you. All right. And okay, it's saying to you, this is the one from My Crypto Wallet. Okay, cool. So then if you scroll down, this is the first one that popped up. We also have, so you can create your XDC account with My Ether Wallet, or you can access your XDC account via Metamask, or you can access or create your XDC account with My Crypto Wallet. We're gonna open up all three of those. Okay, and I'm gonna switch back here and I'm gonna kind of explain why this is. So there's a number of different scenarios when it comes to XDC that users find themselves in. And depending on what your situation is, you may need to use a different wallet. So one thing with XDC is it can actually, so if you buy XDC on an exchange, and you send it to your Ethereum address in Ledger Live, but it gets sent over the XDC network. So XDC can live in your Ethereum wallet as a token. There is an XDC token, like a wrapped ERC20 token. However, when you withdraw from an exchange, it's kind of tricky. Like it'll ask you what network you want to withdraw over a lot of the times. And if you don't have the correct network selected when you withdraw your tokens or your coins from an exchange, it can create all manner of confusion. And so for XDC, the confusion will come from your coins are now on the XDC network, so the XDC mainnet, however, sent to your Ethereum wallet address. And since this is a totally different blockchain, you're not going to see them in your Ethereum account. It's going to look like they just disappeared and went away. So if you find yourself in that situation where you sent your XDC to your Ethereum wallet address, you would want to connect via Metamask. And the reason this is because to connect to Metamask, you connect with the Ethereum application. So you actually derive the wallet address using the Ethereum derivation path, which will give you a very specific address. So then you can manually add the XDC network and you can make your tokens appear and you'll see your XDC. So if you are in that situation where you've already sent it to your ETH address, it happens a lot, which is why I'm bringing it up. You're going to want to use MetaMask. However, if you're just creating your XDC account for the first time, it looks like probably My Crypto Wallet is probably the best way to go. Let me find, here it is. Yes, okay, cool. Let's switch back to the big monitor so we can go through this real quick. All right, so first things first, make sure your Nano, of course, has got the latest firmware version. It's all up to date. All right, we got this. We have our Nano connected to our computer, unlocked. We're gonna go ahead and preemptively open the XDC app as well. Oh, wait, actually, oh, that's right, My Crypto. You actually connect with the Ethereum application. We're going to do that. Okay. So then we go to, I'm just going to go ahead and open up a new tab and go to it. My Crypto. Okay. So we want to connect with Ledger. Let's see, let's go back to make sure I'm doing this right. All right. All right, we got app.mycrypto.com, got that. Select Ledger, got that. Your device, open up oh, okay, so it is the XDC app. Tricky. All right, let's open up the XDC app then. Okay. And then we are going to, application's ready. We're gonna go back to My Crypto. We are going to choose XDC network. Okay, we're gonna hit next. Okay, connect to Ledger wallet. Okay, and we are gonna, since I don't have any XDC in my account, it's saying that they're unable to find any addresses that contain XDC. Totally expected behavior. So you can just click on this right here, show empty addresses. And then you can choose which address you want to add. So right here, we can go, yeah, we can go here. I would name it. So maybe I name this one XDC1. Okay. Let's add that account. And then now you have your XDC account that you're able to access through My Crypto Wallet. And it's really kind of that easy. There's obviously a lot of nuances. Like it's easy to connect, but depending on what your specific situation is, if you are in a situation, then it may require someone to actually be like, okay, so what happened here? Which network was it transacted over? Which wallet address was it sent to? Like things like that. And then we'd be able to kind of help you troubleshoot your way through that. But if you're just connecting for the first time, that'd be the way to do it. Let me drop that Help Center article for you. Ledger. Okay. All right, cool. Looks like we are getting pretty low on time here. But I'm going to try to rapid fire answer as many of these last questions as I can. Okay. Yeah, positive vibes. You're talking about Ocean Protocol, I believe. Yeah, so you should be able to connect to, if you're in the UK, you should be able to connect to the Paraswap app. The Paraswap app is awesome in Ledger Live. I'm actually pretty bummed that I can't use it anymore. The reason it's cool is because it's what's known as a DEX aggregator. So what it does is it pings all the different decentralized exchanges, including Uniswap, and it finds the best possible rate for you. So you'll always get like the cheapest swap if you use something like Paraswap. It's really cool. I really enjoy the service. Enjoyed the service. Okay. Onitaz is asking, what are the advantages of generating a new BTC address when receiving crypto instead of reusing a previous one? Excellent question. So you probably noticed your Bitcoin account will create a new receive address every time you receive crypto. And this is what's known as a UTXO method for account creation, also known as the change address. I won't get too into the weeds unless you want me to I love talking about Bitcoin UTXO addresses, even though I get myself confused usually half the time. But basically the key takeaway on this is reusing your address is perfectly okay. It won't compromise your security in any way. All your receive addresses that you generate from your Bitcoin account, they can all be reused. You can save them. They are receive only, just like any other public wallet address. However, to increase your anonymity on the blockchain, it may be beneficial to generate a new receive address each time, so that basically you'll have what's known as your extended public key, your XPub address, which always remains the same for your Bitcoin account. It's a static address, and then all your UTXO addresses are derived from there, one after another, unlimited amount. And so if someone had your XPub address, or if you have your XPub address, Ledger Live has your XPub address, which is why I can count all your Bitcoin. Anyone would be able to run that and count all your Bitcoin. However, if you have all of your Bitcoin spread out in small amounts over a bunch of UTXOs, and you give someone just the public wallet address of an individual UTXO, they would have zero visibility on any of your other accounts that are also tied to the exact same account. They would only be able to see that UTXO amount. So it really just kind of depends on what your goals are, what you're trying to do. I will say that the fewer UTXOs that you have in your Bitcoin account, the quicker it's going to synchronize. If you have a whole lot of UTXO addresses, like I had to help people that were like Bitcoin miners, and they had like thousands of UTXOs in use, and Ledger Live is just like synchronizing forever, trying to keep up with that, trying to load all those UTXO addresses. And another thing to keep in mind is the more UTXO addresses that you have, let's say you use your first 5 UTXO addresses for Bitcoin, and they all have 0.1 Bitcoin in them, and you were to send 0.5 Bitcoin to your friend, so all your Bitcoin, or to another wallet, it's going to compile all the Bitcoin from all 5 of those addresses to make up the amount that you're trying to send. And so the more UTXO addresses that you have inputting into a single transaction, the more you're going to have to pay in transaction fees, because this is going to increase the size of your transaction. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Sometimes it's a good idea to consolidate everything back into your first UTXO address. It really just depends on what your specific situation is. But yeah, if you have more questions about that, you want some more advice, more personalized advice based on what your goals are, reach out to us. We'd be happy to talk to you about that and help you out with that. All right. So Bless Up Worm is asking, how do you fix web HID and ledger connection? That may be a little bit beyond my scope to answer. Basically, I don't really know the web HID connection. It would be with like a specific wallet. So like if the issue is with Metamask and or with Firefox no longer supporting web HID, then there's really nothing we can do to fix that other than just not use Firefox. And same with other wallets. If other wallets drop support for web HID, that would be the answer for that. Yeah, sorry, I couldn't really answer that. Let's see. Is there a plan to add swapping from ETH or BTC to Solana in Ledger Live? Matt Fisher asked that. Yeah, actually, I think that should already be available. I can't say for certain. Let's just try. We'll go to swap and go ETH. Let's see if Solana. Oh, nope, Solana is not available for us. So yes, you might be right. It might not be possible. So the reason that I had to check is, like I mentioned before, it's always a little like, it's always such a case-by-case basis on what's available for which user, where they live. Like, for instance, in the United States, XRP is illegal, so I'm not going to be able to have any access to any XRP anywhere in Ledger Live, just because it's not legal. However, someone in the UK or someone in a place where it is okay to transact with that currency would have no problem, would probably be able to find that. So it could be the case that it's just based on the region you're in. But either way, going from BTC or ETH to Solana, that is a cross-chain swap. So it's a little bit more complicated than swapping through like one of the DEX aggregators where you're swapping a token for a token on the same blockchain on ETH. Whenever you swap between different blockchains, what you're really doing is you are sending let's say you're swapping from BTC to Solana. What's really happening in the background is you're sending your BTC to this trusted third party who is going to sell the BTC and then use that money to buy Solana or give you equal value of Solana from their bag and send that to you. You're not actually like converting Bitcoin to Solana. You're just selling out of one, receiving the other through a trusted third party. And so that would be up to whatever the third party is that we're using through Ledger Live. So that probably won't be a service that would be available unless like there is some decentralized bridge out there that can swap from, one asset to another, but there's none that I personally know of. So I can't say for certain, but I don't know if that is in the on the roadmap. But I would definitely check back with us, maybe like in the future, and see if like any progress is made on it. But as of right now, I don't think so. How to swap STETH to ETH staked in Lido? Yeah, that's pretty easy. You can actually do that right from Uniswap, right from pretty much any decentralized exchange. STETH is a token that lives on the Ethereum network, so it's in your Ethereum account, and you can swap for that at any time to get out. You can't. Well, you can unstake your Lido now, or pretty soon you're going to be able to unstake from Lido. But if you're trying to get out before that becomes available for you, then yeah, you can swap. You can swap for it on Uniswap. If you have Paraswap available for you in your region where you're at, check it out. Try to connect to it from the Discover tab. Then yeah, you can use that. You can swap back and forth for sure. see. How can I be safe when signing ETH smart contracts? That is a really good question. So that's a good question, because some dApps, I've been talking about Uniswap. That's one of them. OpenSea. A lot of places do require blind signing to blind sign transactions. So let me show you one app that I use that I really like. However, I need to get on it. It's just it's the Ledger extension is actually really cool. And I'm going to start demonstrating this more here in the near future. But the Ledger extension clear signs everything, and it shows you everything, and it's really cool. But for the meantime, if you don't have access to that, if you're not on iOS, you don't have Safari, you don't have access to that, then you can, here, let me switch, close up all these right here to big monitor, open up Metamask. Let's go ahead and go here. I'm going to copy this wallet address. I'm going to go back to this other wallet. Let me go here. Make sure that I have the ETH app open. I'm going to make sure blind signing is enabled on it. It is enabled, so it's going to blind sign this transaction. Go back. And then I'm going to send to my other wallet address. I'm not actually gonna send it. I'm just showing you real quick this app that I have. Say I want to send 0.01 ETH. We'll go next. Gas prices are really high right now, by the way, everybody. So if you are making transactions on the ETH network, I do recommend going here. See, it's defaulted right here where it says market. If you click on that, you can do aggressive and you can increase your fees. Otherwise, it may get stuck in the mempool. But yeah, let's see what happens when I hit confirm. I think it may need an update or something. The Fire Web 3 app should have popped up. Let's go instead here to Uniswap. Launch the app. I'm going to initiate a test swap. Actually, knock out two birds with one stone. Check this out. I'm going to liquid staked ETH right there, ST ETH. We're going to add that. Let's say I wanted to swap into some ST ETH. So 0.01. Now, if you want to swap out of ST ETH, you would just do this opposite. You can do ST ETH here, swap it into ETH. See what happens when we swap here. Confirm swap. There it is. All right. So you see this second pop-up popped up right here. So I'm actually blind signing. If you look here in MetaMask, you'll see that it's just basically telling me like the total, like it's not really telling me much. It's not telling me what I'm swapping into, what I'm likely to receive. However, here on the Web3 Fire app, it's telling me that I'm connected to Uniswap. It's telling me that I am sending ETH out of my wallet to this Uniswap router, and I am going to receive this much ST ETH in return. Very transparent. Look. Oh my gosh, look at the fee. The fee is $55 right now. Oh, that's crazy. I'm definitely going to reject this. But for demonstration purposes, I wanted to show you guys this really cool Fire Web3 app. Let's just go ahead and preemptively reject that. And the reason, I believe the reason that, I don't know why, but gas is really high right now. I'd have to look into it to find out what's going on. But it's currently at like 69 GWE, which is really high. That's why that swap fee was going to cost like $55. But yeah, so I'll go here. I'm going to go Fire Web 3 Chrome extension. So as a short answer, this is probably the oh, see, that's not it. I don't know why it's so hard to find. Oh, here it is. Nope. Not quite. There we go. 10th time's the charm, people. All right, so this is it right here. Yeah, I already have it installed. Yeah, this app is sweet. It'll give you full transparency of what you're signing on any dApp. It'll pop up and let you know. Drop that in the comments for you. Cool. I hope that's helpful. That thing helps me out a lot. I love having that app. All right. Jam and Crone, you're saying you're just starting out and you use Trust Wallet. Is that good to start out? Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I've never heard anything bad about Trust Wallet. One thing to keep in mind about Trust Wallet, though, is your keys are stored in the app data on your phone, so it is considered a hot wallet. Now, while your phone is, so like a lot of people get really, really scared by the idea of a hot wallet, and you should have a healthy amount of trepidation when you are using a hot wallet, because for the sheer fact that it is possible to hack a hot wallet. It is possible. I will say, though, it's not ultra common. It's not like it's like if you put your stuff in a hot wallet, it's going to get hacked immediately. Like you'd have to do something else usually to lead to that, like get some piece of malware on your phone or computer, a virus, interact with something shady. It's not like a guarantee that you're going to lose your funds. So if you're just starting out and you're just kind of like getting the swing of things, the Trust Wallet, and you don't have like a lot of assets, stored in crypto that you're trusting to this one wallet, it's a fine place. I think it's probably a fine app to use. However, if you do start feeling, yeah, I think it looks like some other people answered too. Yeah, it's just solid advice. If you have like a lot of crypto, then that's the time that you may want to start thinking about cold storage, because the thing about cold storage is like it removes the possibility, and it creates a situation where the only possible way that you can get hacked or you can get your assets stolen is if you give up your recovery phrase. I mean, that's it. Like so as long as you keep your recovery phrase safe and you don't share it online, then yeah, but it also puts a lot of responsibility, on the user. So, it's just, everyone goes through their own personal journeys in crypto. I'm just here to try to help you guys out, answer your questions, but I can't give you advice of what you should or shouldn't do. But I can say from what I've heard, the Trust Wallet's fine wallet. Yeah. All right. All right, she's asking, what happens to? Let me try to. Yeah, I'm kind of out of time. I think I'm gonna be able to do one more question. Sorry if I couldn't get to all your questions, guys. This was a lot of fun though. Let's see. So I will do whoever was first. Let me scroll back up a little bit. Yeah, a lot of people are having this MetaMask issue. There may be something bigger going on. Honestly, if you're willing to open up a support ticket and reach out to us and provide some of your data, like not your personal data, just your what browsers you're using, what you've tried already, that could help us troubleshoot the issue as well from our end. We always appreciate that. Yeah, Noah, Mr. Rapper, for sure. Yeah, I've been seeing that too. Let's see. Okay, got to another question here. So Checkmate One is asking, is there a max amount of Ledger apps we install on Ledger Nano X before it becomes unstable? So any limitations to number of apps installed before performance or instability issues? So every time I try to sign a signature on OpenSea, it says connect Ledger when it's already connected. It doesn't read the connection of the Ledger. I never had this problem. You actually maybe are you connecting through MetaMask? If you're connecting through MetaMask, that could be the same issue, quite possibly. Yeah, but otherwise, I don't know of any specific issue that would cause that, other than what we've been talking about with MetaMask. Now, if you are connecting through Wallet Connect, that could also cause issues. Wallet Connect is usually pretty great, but sometimes it's finicky for whatever reason. But yeah, that would also be a support ticket to help you get that sorted out. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all the time that we have left today. Man, lots of questions coming in. Sorry if I didn't get to you guys. For anyone that I didn't get to, but I hope that I was able to help some of you out and answer some of your questions. Love doing this. Please keep coming back every week. Bring your questions. We do this for the US team every Wednesday at 4 p.m. And then on Fridays, we also do live onboardings where we will show you how to fully set up a Nano. And we try to change it up like Nano X, Nano S Plus. We have some custom ones that we set up sometimes, but really the process is the same. However, yeah, but we usually do have time at the end of those to also answer questions. And we also usually do have moderators in the chat to kind of like type out answers and help you guys out while the speaker is going through the onboarding process. So pop into the one on Friday. We do that at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So yeah, bring your questions. And yeah, I hope this is helpful for you guys. And hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. And I'll probably see you Friday. It may be me doing the onboarding. Not guaranteed, but it'll probably be me. So yeah, see you guys later. Have a good one. Stay safe out there.